Hello everyone, welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin and today we are going to be diving in to see, will your dreams truly come true? Will your wishes truly manifest? How long might it take for them to manifest? And in what ways can you really start putting in the steps and the effort to make them come true? So let's go ahead and dive right on in. Alright, so welcome back to the channel, my beautiful kindred spirits, and anyone who is new and joining us here for the very first time. It's wonderful to have you guys here. Like I said, we're going to be looking into your dreams, into your wishes, into all that beautiful fulfillment that you're looking for. And we're going to see if they're really coming true, if they're truly manifesting at this time, and what steps you can really start implementing so they really do start to move you forward. So I'm definitely not going to leave you high and dry if you get a pile that's kind of like, oh, well, maybe it's not exactly what you were looking for, or maybe it's this or that. So we're definitely going to dive into this together and see where it heads for each of you. But before we start really diving in, I do want to say hello to anyone who is new. I love to use all sorts of things like charms and tarot and oracle to bring these messages to you. And I have lots of different types of readings that you can check out on my channel beyond this one, if that's something you're interested in. And I even do private readings as well. But I have monthly readings, 2-week readings, different types of readings on what makes you most attractive, who you're manifesting into your life right now, different hidden spiritual gifts and abilities, and even letters from your future self. So there's lots of things to dive into on this channel, and if you're interested in any or all of those, then feel free to subscribe and join on in. But yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this one here for you guys today. So let's go ahead and look at these piles. So for each of the piles here today, I've decided to use different birthday candles as well as different coins that you would throw into a wishing well. So they each have something to do with wishing and wish fulfillment. And they each have a main color. So we have pink, yellow, and blue. So for this very first one with the pink pile, we have 3 different ones that you can look at here. So we have a main pink one as well as 2 different spotted ones of green and blue. And the coin for this specific pile is a penny, a US penny from 2007. So if that number resonates with you with the different colors, then this might be the pile for you. For pile number 2 here, we have 3 different candles again. This time we have yellow as the main candle with this like really bright fluorescent dotted one, as well as orange. So those are the different colored of candles. But this is the yellow pile, and it is a 10-cent euro here for pile number 2. And then the date on it is 2002. So that is pile number 2. And then lastly here for pile number 3, we have blue as the main candle with pink and green as the spotted candles. And then the coin that we have here to go along with each of the candles is a 1-cent euro this time. And it is from 2006, I believe. Yes, so 2006. So that is pile number 3. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath together here now so you can really see which pile is calling out to you most. So let's go ahead and do that now. And as always, there's no right or wrong way to choose your piles. You can choose 1 pile, 2 piles, all 3 piles. You can choose a pile, change your mind, flip-flop as you feel you need to. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. All of the timestamps will be down below if you know which pile or piles are for you, as well as within the chapter marks. And if you're interested in supporting this channel further, feel free to check out my private readings for snail mail readings, where I send a hand-typed letter from a vintage typewriter to you for all types of different messages that you may be seeking for love, for career, for spiritual messages, psychic gifts, all that kind of good jazz. So if that's something that interests you, then feel free to check out the snail mail readings that I do down below. And we're going to go ahead and start diving in with pile number 1. Hello Group 1, if you've decided to choose this 2007 penny as well as the main pink candle, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to try to arrange these over here for you guys today, as we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the everyday tarot deck. We're also going to be using the Celtic Lenormand deck and the spellcasting oracle. I was going to say tarot, but spellcasting oracle. We're also going to be playing around with different months to see timing for the wishes that you are trying to manifest or trying to bring forth. So we're going to be looking into timing on that, and we're also going to be using the letter tiles. So we have a lot we're going to be diving into to see whether your wish is manifesting in the ways that you hoped for or were dreaming for, how they're manifesting, and all that kind of good jazz. So let's go ahead and get started and see where you're at in your wishes. So definitely have a wish or two in mind and bring that intention to this reading, and feel free to send that energy through time and space here now. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. Group 1, not just what dreams, but are they manifesting? Are your dreams manifesting? Are they coming true? Are you putting in the effort and the work for it? Or where's it coming? Well, you're definitely putting in the work, because we do have the Eight of Pentacles here. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. That's a really good sign that things are starting to work in your favor, but it is going to be a wish that doesn't come from just like wishing on a star and it just happens spontaneously. There is going to be work involved in order to make this happen. So group 1 here, group 1. Right, what else did you get here? So we also have the Fool. Oh, that's so wonderful. The Fool even has a little dandelion that they wish on. So that's so cool to see for wishes and wish fulfillment. Let's see what else is coming in. It's already looking really positive so far here with 2 out of your 3 tarot cards. But let's see what else is coming in here for you, group 1. What wishes are you manifesting? In what ways? And are they coming true? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune here. So yeah, okay, good luck in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune is literally like luck coming in your favor, things turning around, things starting to actually spin in your favor. So that's super exciting to see. So far, we're getting a pretty strong yes if you put in the work, but we're going to get even more details on what work ethic you need to put in, where your efforts should be focused to. So you have actually more information to work with than just a yes or no. So let's see what else there is coming in here for you, group 1 here, group 1. What do you have coming in? Okay. See what this is. Oh, clarity. Okay, so we're definitely getting more clarity. You're definitely getting more of an idea. I almost am seeing it's being shaped, because we do have this Eight of Pentacles here, and I'm going to definitely talk about this in a moment once we get all the cards, but it looks like you're almost shaping or molding to get more clarity. We'll see how that fully resonates here, but let's see what else is coming in for, oh goodness, that one just flew right out. Okay, so let's see. All right, so you have the bear. This is mama bear resourcefulness vibes, you're just gonna go after and do what you have to do, which is showing, again, so much effort, so much enthusiasm and work ethic and effort being put in towards your goals, which is super exciting to see. But we do have the numbers 15 and 10 showing up here on this card as well, so these may resonate for you. That's the 10 of clubs, or the 10 of fire, or 10 of wands here. So, okay. Let's see your final message here. Before we do go in later, we're going to dive even deeper for timing, as in what month or how many months is it going to take to manifest this wish. And then also we're going to look into the charms to get more details and the letter tiles. So definitely stay tuned, but we're going to get our last one here for the cards. So group 1, is your wish coming true and how? Group 1. Ooh, I had a feeling this one was going to show up. I just really did. But we have here, look for the signs. And for me personally, whenever I'm looking for signs and numbers from angels that I work with, I tend to see 404 a lot. So that may resonate for some of you. But in general, look for the signs. Look to see what signs are coming in from the universe, from your cosmic team, from whatever you believe these signs are coming from, your ancestors, energy in general, different spirits you may work with, even nature spirits possibly. But we do have look for the signs, and with clarity as well. Like I said, I did see like this molding, and I'm going to go ahead and start diving in now, but I did see this molding kind of vibe here, like you're almost molding together what you want, like you're having to you're not everything's coming so easily for you. You're going to have to kind of make things work, kind of recycle materials, recycle ideas, get some advice from other people and mold it all and shape it all together. And that's when you're going to get more clarity than if you just did it on your own. So definitely ask for help, ask for advice, look for signs from other people who are more experienced than you, because we do have the Fool energy. And the Fool does talk about a wish that is definitely being fulfilled. Like you can see they have this little flower, this little dandelion puff, like they're blowing it out into the wind. They feel weightless because they don't have a lot that they have to carry with them. So right now you're feeling very free to be able to go after what you want to, or that you will have to put in the work, but a lot of freedom comes from it. You're feeling very excited and enthusiastic, and you can just do whatever you want. This is the card of believing in yourself and believing you truly can do what you put your mind to. And that is true. If you do put the effort in, you can, make anything happen, make anything work, make miracles happen. And I really do feel that's true for you. But I also do believe with the Fool, it does talk about someone who needs help. You have this little dog, right? We have spirit guides, we have friends, we have family. You need other people who have more experience in the dreams that you're heading towards, or these different cliffs and mountains that you're trying to climb. Because if you try to do this all by yourself, I just think that it's even going to be more work than you're even already expecting. And like I said, I did get motherly energy. Whenever I see this, I see like mama bear energy. So definitely motherly energy, more feminine energy, depending on how that resonates for each of you with gender. But we do have this mama bear. They race across this river to feed their kids, to feed themselves. They find the resources. They make things work. They make miracles happen, right? Moms can just, they work off adrenaline. They can do anything they put their minds to as well. But it is tiring work. So definitely make sure whatever you are trying to manifest within this time, whatever this wish is, that you're going to be putting in a lot of hard work. You're going to have to be resourceful. You're going to have to be responsible. You're going to have to make plans, to-do lists, really get to the nitty-gritty, and also not be too afraid to start over if you need to, because we do have that Fool energy showing up. So if you need to just start over, refresh, rethink it, that's totally okay. Things may turn out differently than you had expected, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune as well. And the Wheel of Fortune does talk about bad luck kind of turning back in your favor. There's always going to be good and there's always going to be bad times, but this is the wheel turning back in your favor. So this is like a really good omen to be seeing. And that's why I was definitely getting a yes, that your wishes are coming true with that hard work that you're putting in, because you have so much determination. I'm not even worried about it for you guys. But the other side of this card, though, does talk about you just needing to make sure to take some rest, not try to push the wheel faster than it needs to be, not try to push for something to manifest too quickly that it won't be as clear and it won't be as well put together as you'd hoped. So take time with this dream that you're manifesting, this wish, that you allow yourself to ask for the help that you need with this. Look for the signs, look for help, ask for help, ask for resources that other people may have that you don't, and see if they can help you in those ways so that you can have a clearer mind. about what it is you're trying to manifest. The other thing too with clarity that I'm seeing, and the Wheel of Fortune in general, and with all of these like circle pentacles that you're working on, we're getting a lot of circles. So again, things coming back around. So this makes me think that this was possibly an old idea, an old dream, an old wish that you maybe wished for in your childhood, or you wished for a long time ago, or you have been working towards, but things didn't work out once. And maybe you thought you had to give up on it. But with this Foolish energy, I think you may be revisiting this wish, you may be revisiting this dream, and finding more clarity than you had the previous time. You're finding more help, resources, you're finding more power and confidence in yourself, because I think you've grown, right? You don't have nothing, you have something on your back that you're holding with you, experience, knowledge, growth that you've gained. And I think that is why things are turning around, right? It's turning and it's flipping, and things are starting to change back in your favor. So this is so exciting to see. I'm going to go ahead and move on to your, usually I'd say charms, but we're actually going to do the time casting here first. So we're going to see how many months, and you can take this however this resonates for you. We're going to see how many months it is, and I'm going to go ahead and take your guys's pieces here out, but it's either how many months or which specific month. So this could resonate differently for each of you, but we're going to see which month or how many months it's going to take for this wish to manifest for you. And this is the majority. Definitely take this as a collective message, maybe a month or two off, but we're going to see here, group one, when is your wish or dream to come true, to manifest? Okay, so we have 7, which is funny because right now, currently, and this is a timeless video, so this could be any time for you guys, but we are currently in the 7th month of the year of July. But this could resonate differently for each of you. So this could be 7 months from now, with how much hard work you guys have putting into it and how much clarity and time this seems like it's going to take. I wouldn't be surprised if it is 7 months from now to manifest, but this can be if you've been working hard for like 7 months or whatever on this, then maybe it's starting to actually get the ball rolling and manifest at this time. So definitely take how it resonates. But we do have the number 7 showing up here for that. Next up, we're going to do your letter tiles. So we're going to see names, dates, places, all that good jazz in here. And definitely always take time to really look at these, pause if you need to, see what different combinations you can come up with on your own here. Let's see. Group one. More information on how this wish is going to manifest. How are your dreams coming true? Okay, we got like tie-dye is what I immediately saw here with dye. So that may resonate differently for each of you, but we do have dye. I also got like Diana, but we have dye, like you're dyeing clothes or you're changing a color, taking something and changing it over. We have EMO as well. So for me, I'm seeing me show up here. So this is definitely something that involves you quite heavily. Like, sometimes we have wishes that are for other people in our lives or for others to do good or other people's dreams that we're following. But this definitely feels centered on you. I feel like it's very rooted on what your true goals are, especially with that Fool energy. It's something that you truly believe in and believe in yourself with. So that's really cool to be seeing. I also see dome here. So again, more energy of that clarity card, of that a dome, of something kind of curving, something having, maybe even your dreams have something to do with circles, have something to do with curves. I even was seeing eyes for some reason, like I was seeing like an eye. So possibly you guys are, because the curvature of an eye. So maybe it has more of a spiritual context for some of you, something having to do with clairvoyance or some sort of like more spiritual or psychic gift going on here. Dome also makes me think that you're protecting someone. So I feel like you're creating a structure that is to kind of concave over someone. Like I almost feel like you're trying to protect someone. That's the word I'm looking for. To protect someone. with this dome. So these dreams have something to do with protecting other people or helping other people out, or creating some sort of dome there. So that's what I'm seeing mostly with these, but feel free to take some time here now to pause, to look at each of these and see what comes in for you. Maybe these have to do with your own name. Maybe you see your own name or your own initials, others' initials. Definitely take time with both these and the charms that we're going to go into right now, and see what comes in for you with your own intuition. I always think that's really important that we work together, because that's when it's going to be even a much deeper experience here with me. So let's go ahead and dive right in group 1. Okay, so let's see what you got here. I'm going to just kind of clean up the charms here so they're a little bit easier to read and pick up the ones that fell upside down. Okay, so we also have the letter X showing up here. This can also represent an ex or an ex-colleague or someone that you don't work with anymore, something on that line, but we do have X showing up. But let's go ahead and zoom you in so you can see everything. Don't worry, there's no charms missing down here. I've already picked those up. But all right, so some of the very first things that we're seeing here, like I said, we have the letter X showing up here. Around X, we have nostalgia. So we have the nostalgia charm. This is like a little clip from my childhood. So it's like something that's very clipped to you. You feel very connected to it. The other thing that this charm can talk about too is like hair. So also your dreams maybe have something to do with hairstyling or creative cosmetology or something like that maybe is showing up here. For a very few of you. I don't feel like that's for everyone, but that did come through, especially with this creativity. But with the X, we have the hummingbirds, which is a very chatty bird. They're very quick, they're very fast, they're very, they just swoop right on in. So definitely make sure that you don't have and maybe you have a really great relationship with an ex, like especially since we have nostalgia, an ex from your past, especially within your childhood or when you were younger, teen years or something like that. Maybe they're super resourceful and they can swoop in and help you and bring in those resources if that's something that resonates for some of you. Otherwise, then maybe that's something to look out for. Make sure that they're not trying to, ruin your plans or try to get in your head with your dreams and ambitions at this time. We also had that card of look for the signs, right? And that's so cool that we had that. And then right next to it, we have the charm of this. I always think is like little steps that the universe is doing in your favor to work towards a common goal that you both have. So this can, in this case, we have the sugar skulls. So definitely something having to do with your ancestors, your ancestral line, your bloodline, your chosen family, something like that, either within your family like that's living or that has passed on. But we do have something about them coming through and helping you towards this goal to manifest. So they are definitely taking steps, they're sending signs, they're trying to help behind the scenes to head towards this common goal, which is really cool. I love when that charm shows up, especially with look for the signs. So there are signs coming in, spiritual messages from them. And they're also trying to help, especially since we have like a lot of helping energy is what I'm getting. Like they're trying to help both within your life here and then also here, to help make sure that you aren't taking on too much of a workload, because we do have this is like the 10 of Wands in tarot kind of charm here, where it's just like you're feeling overwhelmed, where this is normally what a bobby pin looks like. You're overextended yourself, and they're there to help. Look for those signs, look for their guidance, look for their assistance, and definitely take time off from this dream if you need to, if you're pushing a little bit too hard to make it happen, because you have such strong work ethic that I think sometimes you can get clouded, and there isn't as much clarity on what you're heading towards because you're just trying to plow right through, you know what I mean? The other things that we have here, we have the awareness charm. So this is about bringing awareness to something. So like I said, I did feel like that dome energy for some of you I feel like you're trying to do something, a dream that actually benefits other people, that you're bringing awareness towards a common goal, trying to advocate for other people, or something like that is showing up here, possibly a leadership role. But we do have that showing up here. This is also the breast cancer awareness one specifically, but that could resonate beyond that even if it fell this way. So we do have that charm showing up here. You do seem very passionate about this goal, and it's definitely something that you're passionate about. What I do think is interesting is we do have the X, like I said. You may still be on good terms with this person, and if you do have good terms, and obviously take these as they resonate, but we do have this charm showing and pointing straight to that X, and it is the key to your heart. It's also like, you're opening your heart, you're opening a door to new passions and new dreams and new aspirations, and sometimes more romantically, you're opening yourself up to someone else. You're being vulnerable, you're opening your self up for healing, for growth, and for love. So definitely take this how this resonates depending on what your goals and wishes and dreams are, but there is new love coming in, possibly. It doesn't have to be necessarily romantically, but it can be like a new child or a new hobby or new love in your life that isn't always what it seems. The other thing that we have here, lastly, and we have one more also over here, is the charm of, this is like the little like artist palette. So this is, obviously you can talk about creative pursuit. So for some of you, and I feel like a lot of you who chose this pile are probably going after something like writing or arts, or something that even if it's not like directly, like if you're like a math major, maybe you are looking at it in a more creative way or a creative lens with what you're doing towards these goals that you're manifesting. And the other thing too, though, is it's about mixing things, because that's what an artist palette is all about, is mixing colors, mixing things, really changing around that palette and coming up with, new innovative ways to tackle your problems and to tackle possibly this awareness or within this charm here. So there is something about needing to just mix and try something new and really like play around with those colors, play around with that palette, play around with these wishes. Like I said, it may not manifest the way that you had expected, but it may come out even better because you did mix more things, mixed other people's advice, other people's help to gain more clarity. The last charm we have here is the poodle, and this is about looking after your physical self. So this can be like just wanting to feel more beautiful, wanting to embrace beauty, embrace your inner beauty as well as your outer beauty. That's what this charm usually talks about. But the thing that we do have here is it's right next to the released moon. So this is about releasing this kind of energy, either releasing it out into the world. And like I said, some of you may be hairstylists, you may be working in a creative field that has something to do with beauty. And maybe that's why it's showing up here, to release that out to the world. But others, I'm getting the energy of releasing this feeling like you have to look a certain part to be able to have this dream or wish manifest. And I feel like it's either one way or the other. So definitely take whichever one's really resonating for you specifically. But those are all of your charms here, group 1. I do truly hope that you enjoyed this type of reading. I'd love to do these more often. I really like wish readings for myself. I personally love to watch them and do them for myself when I want to just check in. So I hope you did enjoy. I really do feel like you guys are manifesting within the next 7 months or within the 7th month of the year. And it's also interesting too that you had 2007 as your coin, I believe. So that's interesting that you have so many 7s showing up here, but definitely put in the hard work, look for other resources, and gain more clarity on this, because I really do think it's going to be manifesting and turning back in your favor here, group 1. So I really do hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, what showed up for you, if specific charms really reached out for you and kind of pulled you in. I'd love to know your guys' experience. It always makes me so happy to hear your guys' thoughts. And also, please be sure to give this video a like if you really did like it. It helps this community to grow and to flourish, and I really do truly enjoy seeing your guys' support. So thank you so much. And lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first readings with me, feel free to subscribe and join this community. See the other types of timeless readings that I do on what makes you most attractive, your hidden gifts and abilities, spiritual abilities, next in your career, all these different kinds of readings. And if you're interested in a personal reading beyond this, one that's more private, more personal, where I put a lot of effort and thought into them, then feel free to check out my snail mail readings down in the description. I'd love to do a reading for you for spiritual empowerment, for career, for love, and so much more. So with all of that said, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 2, if you've decided to choose the mostly yellow candles as well as this 2002 10 cent euro, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set all of these down in here for you today, as we are going to be looking into your wishes. We're going to be looking into your dreams and if they are coming true and how they're coming true. And if we start to get more of a no than a yes, then we're definitely going to be looking into how we can turn that wish around for you, how you can start manifesting it in the ways that you actually do wish for. So we're definitely going to look into empowering yourself with these messages using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the spellcasting oracle and the Celtic Lenormand oracle, and we're going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot. We're also going to be trying something new here today, and I'm going to be using these different little tiles with numbers on them to see how many months or which month it is going to be manifesting within. So I'm really excited about the timing of these tiles, and we're also going to be looking into the letters here too for names, dates, and places. So yeah, we've got a lot we're going to be diving into. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too, and if you are, please be sure to give this video a like. I really do appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, all right, so we're going to be looking into what you are manifesting. Are you manifesting a wish at this time and how you're manifesting it forward? So we have the Page of Swords here first off for you, group 2. The Page of Swords is not necessarily a yes or no. It's kind of on an unsure level plane, but there are really cool messages that come from that card. So let's see what else there is coming in for you, group 2. And feel free to send your energy through time and space here. I really do appreciate it. I really do feel your guys' energy when you do, and I really do think it makes your connection to these cards and these readings a lot more special and a lot more intentional. So if you have a specific wish in mind or a specific timing or anything like that, then feel free to send that intention through. So group 2 here, group 2. Let's see, so we have the Hermit showing up here. So we have both the Hermit and the Page of Swords. So I'm seeing a bit of hesitancy almost, kind of rejuvenation as well, but I'm also seeing a bit of hesitancy towards your wishes and your dreams. That doesn't mean they won't manifest. That makes sense. We also have the Seven of Cups showing up here. So the Seven of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Hermit. Okay, so we're not getting a strong yes or a strong no at this time, but we are getting a almost like you're still at the very, very beginning stages of learning what it is that this wish is going to be, especially if you guys couldn't decide on a pile and you were like, I don't really know what my wish is. I don't really know what it is that I'm trying to manifest specifically. I don't have like this perfect goal and target. Then that's what's coming in through these cards so far the most, is that there's just a bit of hesitancy, a bit of unsureness of what this dream even is, what it is that you even want to wish for. So, and that's totally okay. I've definitely been in your shoes. And sometimes we just need a bit of clarity. So let's see what else is coming in here for you, group 2 here, for your wishes and how they're coming through. So we have empowerment. I even said that earlier, and I was wondering why I was feeling like I needed to say it so many times, but here we are with empowerment. So I feel like your dreams, if they do manifest, if you do work towards them, you're going to gain so much empowerment for yourself, so much like confidence, and like you just really are owning it, right? Owning what you really want to manifest, owning these dreams, because I feel like a lot of your hesitancy comes from not feeling confident in exactly what you want. So let's see what else is coming in so far for you, group 2. Group 2. Where's this hesitancy coming from? And how can we begin to create these dreams, create these realities, create these opportunities for wishes to come true for you? So group 2 here, group 2. Oof. All right, so we've got 2 showing up. First off, we have the house. So this is number 4, as well as the King of Hearts, or the King of Cups here. So we have the house. This is about feeling comfort, feeling at home, feeling very safe and secure. And then we also have here the fish with 34 and the King of Diamonds. So we have 2 different kings that talks about feeling maybe like you're trying to almost live up to something, like you're trying to live up to this really big role model that you've had for a really long time, and you're not really sure if you can or if you feel like you're up to the task. And sometimes that happens, where our dreams can feel so big or so heavy to try to hold or try to understand. And it's not that we don't want them, but just how do we get there? Like, how do we even wrap our minds about it? So that's what I'm getting from this. I'm also getting with the with these fishes here, it's also talking about resources as well. So do you have the specific resources needed to make this happen? And it seems like you do. This is like you have plenty enough to make it happen, even if it seems very sparse, even if it seems like you don't have a ton of money for it. I do think that you still do. But we're going to go ahead and pull your final card here and really talk about these as a whole and really pull from these cards. But like I said, do stay tuned later, because we're going to be looking into timing of exactly how many months or which specific month this will start to manifest. We're also going to be looking into the charms to look into those smaller details. And like I said, we're going to look in also to the letter tiles to see names, dates, and places. So stay tuned for those. But let's see here, group 2. Your wishes coming true, your dreams coming true. Let's see. So we also have here, pay it forward. That's an interesting one. So we have pay it forward here. This is about giving back energy towards something that you feel like, this can be volunteering, giving your time, giving, maybe not always getting paid for what you're doing, but these dreams are still something that you wish to manifest anyway. And then also just in general, maybe having other people pay it forward to help you with these resources, to bring these resources out for you. So that's really interesting. We have pay it forward here, but let's go ahead and start diving into your messages, group 2. So like I said, right off the bat, we have a lot of hesitancy because we have the Page of Swords, we have the Hermit, which is talking about solitude, this can mean that it's a dream that you just really want to do on your own. You want to empower yourself, you want to, really do this on your own versus having, your dad do it, because we did have a lot of that king energy, so more higher masculine energy, an uncle or something like that within your family, or someone you look up to highly that has more masculine energy, or that has more of an authoritative kind of feeling towards them. But with the Hermit, it does talk about trying to guide yourself from within. Like this is still those beginning stages where we always see like those messages of you usually see 2 people being compared in an illustration of whether or not you see someone's bloom, right? So sometimes there are these really big blooms that are happening on the outside of a person. You can tell they're blooming, that they're growing, that they have this beautiful aura about them, right? That they're growing and blooming and all of this growth is happening and you can see it from the outside. But sometimes a lot of that growth has to first begin on the inside, and not everyone's seeing it. Sometimes you're not even seeing how much growth and potential and confidence that you have growing within you, because it's so small. It's still a little seed. It still has so much potential if it is, being nurtured to grow. And right now, I think that you're at this weird hesitant time in your life where I think you would like it to be growing. I think you would like it to be, moving forward, but you're still in this comfortable phase, because as you see the Page of Swords, they kind of hold the sword, which is all about like your direction, where you want to place yourself where you're going to go towards, but they're still very young. They still don't know how to hold the sword properly, or what you're supposed to do with it, how you're supposed to go somewhere. So you're still learning on the inside the house, where things can be comfortable. And that's not always a bad thing. I personally am a Taurus, and I absolutely love my comfort zone. I love staying in the comfort zone. If I found something that works for me, I have a hard time moving past it. So I definitely feel this energy for you guys. But you have so much that you can grow, and it's okay to grow in a comfortable space. We don't have to go, diving into the deep waters all by ourselves. You don't have to ride the bike on your own. Definitely ask for help if you need to. Ask for advice. Just kind of play with the idea. Play with what it might be like if you went after this. What it might be like if you started to, challenge the idea. See if you could actually guide yourself there. See if you might be able to nurture these things to grow. The other thing that we have here too is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups talks about sometimes feeling like your head's in the clouds. You have all these fantasies, you have all these dreams. But for me, personally, I'm getting for you guys that it's more so that you have a lot of opportunities, but you're not really sure even where to start, right? You have all these cups. You've got the person in the cup, you got the snake, you got the dragon, and there's so much here. And I think you have so many avenues and resources that you could start using, right? Because we also had all these resources. So it's not that you don't have the money necessarily, or the resources, or other people you can call and ask that could help you. It's more so that you're just learning to gain the confidence to even begin, to even start playing with these ideas. And I think that for this to manifest for you, because I know that this is a dream of yours, this is something you want to manifest, a lot of what's going to start creating this to manifest for you, how you can start stepping forward into this confidence, is to just play with the idea. Just play with what it might be like, even in your comfort zone, in those places that you feel safe enough to do it, with friends and family, asking them for that advice, just hypotheticals, just like asking for a friend, you know what I mean? Because that's when you're going to start gaining your footing. That's when you're going to start answering some of those questions, finding out and creating more focus towards your goals, towards this dream, towards these wishes. Because right now they're so big, they're so broad, they're so hard to navigate because there's just so much. And so I think when you try to narrow it down, when you try to kind of take those small baby steps and see what comes forward, I think that that's going to be where you gain so much of this empowerment, so much more confidence to start heading towards your goals, and so much more wisdom as well. When you take time to really see, like that you fail sometimes, and then you gain that growth from the failure, right? There's so much to be gained from failure, so much to be gained, so much more success than just wins. So I think that that's where a lot of your wisdom, your empowerment, and your confidence is going to come in, if you allow yourself to play with the idea and allow yourself also to fall and then get back up. So with Pay It Forward too, this one does talk about maybe what your dreams may have to do with. So again, this can be talking about paying it forward towards a friend, or you're trying to help with a family business, or you're trying to give back in some way, or that other people may be trying to give back to you with that advice, with that help, with those resources. So I do think that it's really wonderful that this is coming up, that you have a support system and that you can support others in the same avenue as well. So that's super cool. Let's go ahead and start diving into the charms and the letters. We're going to first do the timing. So if this does begin to manifest, if you start playing around with this, if you start seeing, the potential in yourself and in these dreams that you do actually have, what month, what day may it start to come in? How many months as well? So definitely take these numbers however they resonate for you, but we're going to only pull one here. So group two, which day, month, how many months is this going to manifest for group 2? Okay. So we have 12. Not too surprising. This is a timeless reading, so this may be the 12th month in the year. You may be in December right now. But we do have the number 12 showing up here in the color orange, in case that resonates for some of you. But we do have 12. This does talk about it taking a whole year. This takes, a whole cycle to come around, a whole year to begin working towards it. But I do have the number 13 in here, which represents something beyond a year. But we do have this still happening within a year, that there is potential for this to happen within a year, or within the month of December. Or something to do with 12, depending how it resonates for you guys. It may be the 12th for you, so it really just depends. But in this case, I am getting mostly that it's just going to take some time to actually come to fruition, which isn't too surprising because you do have that hesitancy. But I think that having more time is actually something you may be relieved about. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and look into your letter tiles. We're going to be looking for dates, numbers, places, different letter combinations, all sorts. And feel free, like as always, with the charms, with all of these different things that I'm using here, to really use your own intuition, see what comes in. Maybe there's like a message very, very specific to you that I wouldn't be able to state, but you're going to see it immediately and like put those two things together. So definitely let me know of any of your insights down below. I'm always curious, but let's start here. So group two. What do you have coming in for letters for this wish and dream group 2? So the first thing that I saw here was Jeep. So that may have to do with maybe your dream or wish has something to do with a road trip or having, going on an adventure, like some sort of like really like travel based something. But we do have Jeep kind of showing up here with JEP, C, T, and R. See, I'm also seeing Trek. So this could be like, I really am seeing like you guys are going on a adventure, a more physical adventure, something having to do with your physical, like your physical strength or your physical, health or something like that. But also it just can be just that you're going hiking or you're going fishing or you're going some sort of outdoor sport or something like that, adventure outdoors. We have Trek showing up here. I also see record, so maybe it has something to do with YouTube or something having to do with recording or filmmaking. So we have that also showing up here for a few of you as well. And then lastly here I see pre, which is making me think of something that happens like prematurely, or you're not really necessarily feeling ready for it. So again, it's just more of that energy of that page of not feeling necessarily settled, not feeling like you really know exactly what to do. But that's going to come in with that confidence and with time as well, and just playing around to see what comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and set these over here off camera, or later on the charm mat here. But we're going to look into your charms, but do let me know if you have other sort of combinations that come up. I'm always curious. But let's go ahead and see what's coming in with your charms here, group 2. Okay. So we have a couple more letters showing up here. We have the letter U, and then we also have the letter T. So we have altogether U, R, J, T, C, E, P, and T. So you can write those down and scramble them up if you need to. But yeah, we don't have any charms that fell upside down here, which is really interesting. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and zoom in so you can see everything that's happening here. I don't know why my zoom's being really weird all of a sudden, but anyway, we digress. But here in the center, we have maybe why there's a bit of a hesitancy here. So like I said, you have a lot of resources, but maybe there actually are some people that are in your life that maybe worry about these dreams that you're heading towards, or aren't necessarily sure what it is that you're after, and that maybe scares them. Maybe they are projecting their own fears onto you, and that can kind of change your ideas here. But we have thou shall not kill, and it's not necessarily a message that there has anything to do with killing, but it has more so to do with like someone who's killing your parade. They're raining on your parade. They're just not really feeling your energy. They're not really giving much to you at this time. And then we also have the charm of feeling cornered, right? So we have, like, I always thought when I looked at puzzles that these are like little people, and you're feeling really cornered or pushed against a wall by them, or feeling like they are limiting you at this time. So maybe it's a good time to talk to these people, really balance that out, see how you can create better partnerships with these people, better relationships with them, or look for people who can actually want to be there, that actually want to help. Maybe people outside of your current community, current family, current circles at this time, and see where they can actually begin to help you. They can begin to be a really wonderful resource for you. And maybe you're going to have to dive into that, because I was also thinking that too with the waterfall, that you have to almost in your failures, when you fall, that's when these resources come in, when you can find other people who are also having to like work their way back up and having to try again. That through that you gain vulnerability with these people and a close bond with them, which is really, really cool, to create these dreams and manifestations and wishes that you have, versus this energy that you're feeling constantly stuck in at this time. Like I said, we have the balancing charm. So this talks about creating balance for yourself and also waiting it out, right? So it doesn't have to be so fast. Flamingos, they'll wait a long time for the fish that they're looking for. And they will try to, just stand there for a very long time. So they're very patient as well. The other thing we had too is partnerships, and this is about also very deep communication. Like I said, vulnerability, intimacy, deep communication, deep conversations about your failures, your dreams, your goals, your love, all these kinds of things, and really talking it out with other people. And that's when they can be such a wonderful resource, and you can also pay it forward back to them, right? Give just as much support. So we have that coming in here with the partnership charm. Some of the last charms that we have here, like I said, more vulnerability as well, because we do have the Fault in Your Stars charm here, which looks like that. It comes from the Fault in Our Stars movie, but this is talking about how we have faults in ourselves that we can embrace, that we actually make them our gold star, turn our failures into gold stars, turn them into our successes, turn them into such powerful wisdom and confidence for ourselves, versus only just taking the ups as the wins. And so the other thing that we get here is vulnerability. When you have people who talk about, those deeper, harder, more vulnerable things, that's when you gain so much strength and so much connection with other people who can actually be there to help you, versus just project their fears and anxiety onto you. The couple last charms we have here is the Innocence charm. This also talks about nostalgia, feeling young, feeling like you're just playing around in the universe in a field of wildflowers. This is your wildflower self. This is embracing truly who you are on the inside, and that, wildflowers, they don't wait to be grown in a garden. They grow where they want to. They grow where they can. They get carried off by the wind. They're so carefree. And I feel like you've lost a lot of this carefree energy, and you're being kind of told and being embraced to embrace this energy, to really allow this energy to come in, of being that wildflower, of being free and carefree, and allowing yourself to play with the idea of these dreams and fantasies. Maybe someone's just been telling you that, like, your head's in the clouds, you're not thinking clearly, or just going after whatever, blah blah blah, that's not ever accomplishable, blah blah blah. Don't listen to those people, right? They have their own issues, and this is your time to just play around and try things that maybe aren't always in your comfort zone, but something that you truly do wish for. So that's really cool to see. And then lastly here we have the Present charms. This can talk about actually getting presents from someone, presents from the universe, gifts from the universe coming in to help you. Definitely if you do like meditations or things with the Akashic records or going in with spirit guides, definitely look for those energies coming in. But for the majority, this is the charm of being present as well, being in the present moment, being mindful. So like I said, I think you might be trying to think too far forward, and that's also creating some hesitancy for you. You're like, oh my gosh, how do I even begin? How do I even start? How do I even look at all of this? And I think that the key here is to just be present, work at one thing at a time, one baby step at a time, versus trying to do these huge leaps. But with all of that said, here, group 2, I truly do hope you found this reading useful and helpful in your dreams and where you're heading, and maybe why they haven't been manifesting so far. Maybe if you've been waiting for a while, or if you've just been like, okay, this is something I want, but I'm not sure how to get there. I hope this gave you some clarity. Do let me know in the comments down below how your intuition sparked with each of these cards and charms, if these dates mean anything, the letters. I'm always so curious. Please let me know. Also, if you want to help support this channel even further, feel free to give this video a like if you really did like it. I really do appreciate it, and it helps YouTube know that you guys did, and I do appreciate that so much. You can also help support this channel even further and support me with these readings by booking your own private reading if you'd like with me. I do these beautiful snail mail ones where I send snail mail to you in the mail, and it's a letter that's typewritten on my handmade, my vintage typewriter. I didn't make the typewriter, but I also send handmade paper to you, and spell paper and sigils and all these fun little goodies. So if that's something you're interested in for spiritual messages, for career, for love, for other things, for dreams, for anything under the sun that you can think of, and that I would like to do for you, then feel free to check out how you can get those snail mail readings down below to help support me in this channel and support yourself for self-empowerment and these dreams and wishes. But anyway, I'm waffling on. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and join in on this beautiful community if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. I wish you guys so much luck on your endeavors, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 3, if you've decided to choose this 1 cent euro from 2006, as well as the mostly blue main birthday candle, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set these down in here for you today, as we are going to be looking into your wishes, if they are coming true, how they're coming true, and if they're not, how you can start to get back on track so they can come true for you. For your dreams and your wishes, we're going to be looking into your charms. We're also going to be looking into these watercolor affirmations for you, as well as 2 different oracle decks of the Spellcasting Oracle and the Celtic Lenormand deck. And we're also going to be using the Everyday Tarot here. We're also going to be looking into letter tiles to look at names, dates, and places for these different dreams, events that may be happening as they begin to flourish. And then I'm also really excited. I'm going to be playing around with timing as well. So we're going to be looking into the timing of when these dreams and wishes are going to start manifesting, within how many months, the type of the specific month that it may happen in. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Let's go ahead and start diving in. I told the other 2 piles to definitely send your energy through time and space here now, to use your own intuition, see ways that these charms, these different colors that show up, different messages, how they really resonate for you, to empower yourself towards these dreams. And also just to send your energy in as well, so that we can really start diving into the specific intentions you have for this reading. So if there's a specific dream or specific wish that you are thinking of, then definitely send that energy through for the cards and charms today. So here we go, group 3. How are your dreams and wishes coming true? In what ways? How long? Things to be looking forward to, things to be keeping in mind. So here we are. First off, we have the 8 of Swords. So far we're getting sort of an energy of kind of feeling limited, held back, less freedom in your ideas and your goals, and these wishes that you want to manifest. But don't worry, we're going to see more context here, and see where that really stems from and how we can move through that for your dreams and wishes to manifest. So group 3 here, group 3. How are your dreams manifesting? Okay. Also have here, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups showing up here, but with the 10 of Cups, we also have here the 3 of Swords. There we are. they weren't focusing. But here we are with the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Swords alongside this 8 of Swords. So I really do think we're getting like conflicting messages of like a strong yes that you can have this come through, but there's healing that needs to be done for this to manifest, for these dreams to actually start to come forward. Because just as much as we wish for something, it doesn't mean that we don't also have to put in the effort for that to manifest fully. So there are things that are happening possibly from your past that are limiting you, or limiting you in the current moment from a current situation, relationship, or just feeling kind of bogged down in it. So that is all of your tarot messages. Let's see what else there is coming in so we can really get a full picture here. It's definitely not a no that your wishes or dreams are not going to manifest, but just that there's more to it than just a pure yes or no. So that's why we're going to get more information. So here we go. This one was very adamant. So we have trust. Ooh, okay. So I do feel like you may have gotten hurt in the past with that 3 of Swords, right? Someone's just sort of pierced your heart, and it doesn't necessarily mean, most people see this and think romantic relationships, exes, those kinds of things, and that may be totally true for you, but this can also mean family members that are holding you back, since we have that 10 of Cups with family, but it can also be that people have just said things in your past, even in passing, that have caused possible trust to be broken. So there's healing that needs to be coming in there, a light that needs to be shed for you to be able to trust yourself with these dreams, to have others trust yourself, maybe to gain trust back for you if this was something you may have caused in the past. But let's see more information here for you, group 3. Group 3. How are your dreams and wishes coming true? All right, so it's definitely not a black and white situation. There is mixing, there is mingling, because we do have the clouds. This is about looking higher, going to a higher perspective, looking deeper into the situation. It's not so black and white. So we have the clouds here. We also have the numbers 6 showing up here, which is harmony. And then we have the King of Clubs, or the King of Wands here. So that may resonate for some of you in terms of the numbers, but we're going to start looking in even further, and we'll really start diving into these messages here in a moment, but after we get this last message here. But do stay tuned. Like I said, we're going to look into specific timing, how many months, which month this may happen and manifest in. We're also looking into the very specific details with the charms, and then we'll look into the letter tiles too for possible names and places that these may be being influenced by. So let's see here. Group 3. Feel free to send your energy in. Group 3. Okay. All right. So we have 3 different ones showing here, but the very first one that showed up here is ground yourself in love. Ground yourself back in that trust. So I feel like quite a few of you maybe had more of the romantic side of this 3 of Swords showing up here, of feeling kind of stabbed in the back, feeling a little bit uneasy about a situation, feeling less trustworthy of a person or a love in your life, or someone you truly do love, even if it's platonic or familial. But we do have ground yourself in love. We also have let go of all you cannot control. So again, you can't control other people's actions. You can't control other things in your life that are, just completely outside of our control. So that's showing up here. And then we also have turn the page, which is so good to see, because like I said, we have that 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is definitely giving us still the yes vibe, even though we have healing, even though there is a lot that needs to change and transform here and grow through. There is still so much potential in turning the page to get towards your goals, to head towards these goals. And maybe your dreams and wishes have things to do with healing, have things to do with getting in a new relationship, have things to grounding yourself back in love for just yourself, for this ideal part of yourself to come through, this fantasy, this wonderful life to start coming through. And it can manifest. It definitely can manifest. There we have 6, a harmony number, but there is going to be some healing and there's more to it. So let's start diving in. So like I said, there definitely is a wish to manifest here, because the 10 of Cups is emotional stability, feeling very fulfilled, feeling like you finally have it all figured out, like you've just gotten to this place that feels so whole, that feels so raw and true, and it's just beautiful that that's coming in here. So there is, especially if you're trying to manifest a family, if you're trying to manifest friendships, if you're trying to manifest back into relationships with yourself or other people, there is love still to be found there. And I think you're being really told by the universe, especially since we have with this trust card sort of an angel-like figure, so spirit guides, cosmic teams, people coming in to help you on a more spiritual, universal level, gods, goddesses, all that kind of good stuff. I do think that they are really shining a light. They're trying to guide you back towards this trust for yourself, grounding yourself back in love, grounding yourself back in who you truly are, especially if you were second guessing yourself a lot, because we do have, with trust, it can really mess with your mind. It can mess with your perception. And with the clouds, it talks about, things being ambiguous, things feeling very, you're not exactly sure. Every 2 seconds, the clouds keep changing, things keep changing shape, and you can't keep ahead of it. You can't trust it. Things keep just shifting so quickly, you can't find the stability in it. And I really do think that the clouds are starting to clear for you, and that you're going to start clearing the way as well, that these aren't just going to happen just like willy-nilly, but I do think you have guides that are helping on the other side, or other places that are helping to clear these clouds, to start bringing in a higher perspective for you. Your higher self is working with you at this time, and that's really beautiful, because I think things have been very confusing, especially when you've been in a toxic relationship, or in a toxic situation. Even, it doesn't always have to mean the whole relationship was untrustworthy or something that felt very ungrounded, but I do think that there were words that were said that weren't healed from. There is some need for finding closure with this person, with this situation, with this time in your life. Because at the moment, it's still an open wound for you. It's still healing for you. It's still present for you. And it may even be that it's just finally surfacing again, and it's kind of like blocking you towards what you really want. But I do think that with the 8 of Swords, it talks about, and especially since we have that turn the page and let go of all you cannot control, the 8 of Swords, I think I said 10, but the 8 of Swords here, you can see they're all wrapped up, they're all tangled up, and they have this wall of swords behind them, which talks about our mental thoughts. It talks about our mind space. It talks about the places our mind wanders to. And where's your mind been wandering to? Possibly back to these more difficult times, to the confusion that you felt, to these maybe even gaslighting that you had, where you couldn't trust yourself or trust others. And so you're gaining trust again, and you can even see that the light is heading towards this 10 of Cups, which just tells me that you're heading there. But a lot of it comes from healing those wounds, and in doing that, you're gonna let go of what you can't control, let go of the thoughts that are controlling your mind at the moment, and also turning the page. Easier said than done, I know. A lot of this has to do with really journaling, really looking into the self-limiting beliefs that you have right now. When you say a certain thing to yourself, like I personally will catch myself saying, well, I can't do that because I'm too young, or I can't do that because I'm XYZ, or I'm not able to do that right now because XYZ. And the moment you start limiting yourself in any way, in any form, in any context, take a moment, just take a step back and see, okay, I see that I said that, but where does that come from? Why do I feel like I am limited? Is it because of these people getting in your mind, in your head? Do these opinions come from yourself, or do they come from other people? Are they even yours, right? Sometimes we take beliefs from other people and we make them our own. We nurture them to grow inside us, even though we know they aren't good for us. So definitely take some time, really journal and reflect on that. See where you are limiting yourself from being able to have these dreams come true and have these manifestations and these beautiful wishes to come true because someone told you it was a fantasy, because you believed that you took that information that someone gave you, that projected judgment, that projected idea, that projected belief, and you made it your own. So where can you try to start lifting away some of these ideas, shifting them towards, I can do that now, even though I'm young. I can be this person. I can have that life. I can do these things, because you can. You truly, truly can if you put your mind to it. And that really does have to do with changing those beliefs. So anyway, I really do feel like I've been waffling on with your guys' cards. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to your charms and the rest of this reading. But definitely take that time. I think that's going to be the most important thing, to try to gain this trust in yourself again and, find beliefs that are actually yours. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to move these out of here, and we're going to look into the amount of time that it's going to take for this to manifest, the amount of time that maybe you're going to have to start creating these new beliefs in yourself. So let's see which month or how many months might it take. So group 3 here. Okay, so we have 5. Interesting, 5 is the number of conflict, but it also is the number of change. So I do think a lot can happen in 5 months, a lot of change. This can also be, it is a timeless reading, so this can happen at any time for you. So this is the month of May for a lot of you, possibly coming in, but currently I'm in the month of July, so this may take a little while longer if you're feeling more towards the month. But if you're resonating more towards the amount of months, that is 5 months from now. So there you are with the months. Let's go ahead and move on to your letters. We're going to look into names, dates, places, all that kind of good jazz, and see what comes through. Okay, so first off we have so cool is what came up for me, you're something about so cool. I just saw cool also, that can have to do with a cool heart, a cool temperature, someone being very cool, cold-hearted towards you. We have SOOL, we have N, P, S, and U. I immediately also got pun, something is very funny, very, maybe your goals and dreams have something to do with making people laugh or having a lot of fun. So we have pun showing up here. Let's see what else. We also have pool, so this can talk about physical health. This can talk about jumping in the pool, diving in, trying something new, keep swimming kind of moments. Take what resonates here, but we do have pool showing up here. We also have sun, so sunny energy. Sun can also talk about gaining clarity, right? Because we had those clouds and then, oh, that's so beautiful, right? So we have these clouds showing up here of things feeling very unclear, not really sure where to go, a lot of confusion. And then we have this break in the clouds, this trustworthiness that's going to start coming in for you. So that's really beautiful, the sun coming in, a guiding light. So definitely if you work with anything, any more spiritual or cosmic people in your team, or you work with specific gods or goddesses that have something to do with the sun or something on that level, because the sun is showing up here as well. Oh, and then we also have spool. That's really interesting too. Spool can talk about feeling really spun up, feeling like there's, it's going to take a really long time, right? There's a lot to unpack. The other thing too with spool, it makes me think of, sewing, putting two things together, trying to merge something like we had with those clouds, trying to find there's more to the story, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put these on to the side, but do let me know. Feel free to scramble these off screen, see what comes up for you. Like I said, you're going to get so much more from this if you really look and use your own intuition as well. So see what maybe comes in. Let me know in the comments down below. Always curious. But let's go ahead and dive into your charms here, group 3. Okay, so we have a few different ones showing up here. I'm going to pick up the ones that fell upside down. Okay, silver lining, we've got help. This one came up also in pile 1, but it is upside down, which makes me think maybe we don't need that one. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so you can see more of what's happening here. I'm going to move these ones up so you can really see them. But okay, so... All right, so first off, the first thing that I saw before I even saw the music, which is at the very center of your ring, so this can mean that your dreams have something to do with music, it has something to do with melody, maybe you're a pool dancer, I don't know, something like that, but we do have music, melody, things, working in a musical frame, but we do have here holding yourself back and something being very bottled up emotions, bottled up potential. And then we also have here the heart of envy, the heart of feeling jealous, the heart of feeling, that sticky, icky feeling of feeling jealous of someone. So like I said, if this comes from trust issues from the past, and I hate to use the word issues, more so that they were just things that happened in the past having to do with trust, that are starting to bubble up, right? Like I said, you maybe haven't thought about them in a while. Things have been really good. And when you started to manifest this, that's when things started to come back up to the surface. So there are things, and you're ready to find closure. You're ready to turn the page. You're ready to just let some stuff go and talk it out and really make it known. The people that this may have to do with, and we do have the long journey ride, so this can be something that's been a very long time coming, and you're ready to make a move because this is the forward movement charm, and that is, you're ready to have a more optimistic outlook on things. You're ready to not feel so limited. And I think that those are really important things to have coming in. And this also could have been with a Sagittarius, or maybe you are a Sagittarius in your sun, moon, or rising sign. But we have Sagittarius showing up here, having to do with this long journey. It also could be that you are traveling, and you're ready to move, like literally physically move to another place so that you can feel more at ease from this person or this situation. So definitely see how that resonates for you. The other charms we have here is meditation, as well as the hacksaw. So the hacksaw talks about something that we are just hacking away at. We're not really taking a lot of time. We're just making it happen. You're just like cutting that tree branch. And then we have meditation. So this is about finding balance between these two, right? I think that you're trying to cut this person out of your life or cut this situation out of your life. And I think a lot more of it, I think that it's really easy to just rip off the Band-Aid, right? Instead of just let it heal. So I think in this situation, this is about meditating on the situation, really allowing yourself to feel the emotions that come from it, really feel where you want to move forward, really turn that page, see where it wasn't your fault, where things went wrong, where, really see and reflect on the whole situation so that you can move towards these manifestations and that they can start really coming forward, because hacking is just not really going to work for you. We also had the hummingbird show up here. So this is about really fast energy coming in. The hummingbird also can talk about more musical energy as well. And then lastly here we have the silver lining. So again, more energy that this will manifest, but it's going to maybe happen in ways you weren't expecting, or it's going to take that healing. So through these hardships, you're going to get that silver lining that things are going to come towards your goal. But I really do think it's just going to take more change and transformation than you're expecting. And lastly here we have the charm of things working behind the scenes in your favor. So this talks about spirit guides helping along the way, gods, goddesses, the universe, whatever you believe in. But this is about small steps that are happening behind the scenes towards a common goal for each of you. So there is a silver lining and a lot of help on a more cosmic spiritual level. So with all of that said, group 3 here, I hope you found this reading useful, and I really do hope you find the healing that you need. Definitely take time to journal, take time to see where these self-limiting beliefs are coming in, this confusion, and where new trust can kind of start surfacing, and the sun can start shining back in on these things that you would like to manifest, because I really do think your dreams can come true, but it is going to take a lot of healing, a lot of transformational work for that to happen. So with all of that said, I really do hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments down below how this resonated for you. I'm always so curious. Also, please give this video a like if you really did like it. It helps so much. So thank you to everyone who has liked the video. Also, if you'd like to support me further on my tarot reading and charm journey, then feel free to book a reading with me. I'd love to do a reading with you, a private reading, if that's something that you're interested in. I have all the details on the snail mail readings that I do, which are so personal and so fun, and so empowering as well. So many people love them so much. And basically I send you a letter in the mail, and I typewrite it on my vintage typewriter. I send magical tools and spells, spell paper that I hand make myself for each of you to help really bring empowerment for you in what comes up in your reading, as well as a sigil. So if that's something you're interested in, then feel free to let me know, DM me, email me. I'd love to connect with you and share that space for you, for spirituality, for love, for career, whatever you feel called to. And lastly, if this is your very first reading here with me, feel free to subscribe and join in on this beautiful community. I have lots of other readings that you can check out if that's something that interests you. But yeah, feel free to subscribe if you'd like to, and support this channel in the ways that you'd like to. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm wishing you so much love, luck, and healing your way for these to manifest and your wishes to come true. See you all in the next one. Bye.